We are in the MAKESHOP here at the Children's Museum of Pittsburgh. The MAKESHOP is a rich and supportive, informal learning space for children and families to come together. You can do everything from sewing, woodworking, electronics, digital media. It really takes hands-on learning to another level.
MAKESHOP came out of an existing philosophy about providing innovative museum experiences.
Can we use the museum as a laboratory for learning?
So this is our loom. Young kids love patterns and it's a very full body experience. One of our activities that's always very popular is our circuit blocks. This is a dinosaur head. So this is stop motion animation video that somebody was working on.
The MAKESHOP is actually a collaboration between the University of Pittsburgh Center for Learning in Out-of-School Environments, the Entertainment Technology Center at Carnegie Mellon University, and the Children's Museum of Pittsburgh. And we were all sitting around and talking about what the future was going to look like in education. The maker movement came up, and the more we talked about the maker movement, the more we realized that it was something that we wanted to kind of investigate.
If we think of making as being experiences where learners or participants can make and build things with real tools and real materials. It's about learning to make mistakes and learning from your mistakes, being persistent in the face of challenges, developing confidence and creative confidence.
The maker movement is nothing new. It's just a revisit of something very old, which is the whole concept of learning through doing. But I think it's been reinvigorated with the idea of using real materials and tools, working with others, learning about the way in which the world around you relates to the things that you're learning and the things that you're doing.
We have a very learner-centered approach, and we try to be very explicit on the learning that we hope to see and create experiences that elicit that learning.
You know, a big part of family learning in museums in general is the idea of collaborating and learning from one another. In MAKESHOP, the learning dynamic is actually, you know, a parent or a caregiver, a child, and then the MAKESHOP teaching artist or facilitator.
The materials don't always speak for themselves. Museum educators bring those tools to life, bring those materials to life.
All the research is showing that it's the people involved who really get kids excited about the maker culture. They're crucial to the whole experience.
Is this part of the crane or is this practice?
No, I'm just stapling this.
Okay.
Well, the MAKESHOP has really made us think differently about what it means to be a museum and the role of museums in people's lives.
We as a group in MAKESHOP have been able to think really critically about the kinds of things that we want to see learners participating in, the learning practices of making here in our space.
The University of Pittsburgh helps us in understanding what happens in these spaces from a learning perspective that then be applied to the formal education world.
And through that conversation between research and practice, we were able to form a real language around learning, and our teaching artists now use that language to understand what they're designing towards and what they're identifying as evidence of learning.
And I think what's really appealing about maker spaces within institutions is feeling that you are a part of that institution, that you're invested.
It's also about realizing one's own potential. I think what happens in here and happens in lots of places in Pittsburgh should be part of the collective discourse around learning.
One way to show you love someone is by making them something.